Tesla Model X is the world's first all-electric SUV, and achieves the seemingly contradictory goals of zero exhaust emissions and very high performance with the option of 7-seat practicality. Produced by Tesla in California, the Model X follows the Model S saloon to become only the second all-new vehicle to be produced by the American company. A 17-inch central touchscreen, electrically activated Falcon wing rear doors and optionally available autonomous drive systems bring the spirit of Silicon Valley innovation and playfulness to the usually conservative automotive segment. Quartet of versions. 4 versions of the Model X are available, named 75D, 90D and 100D and P100D. The higher the number, the greater the performance and the longer the driving range. See the performance section for a full explanation. At the time of writing, the Tesla Model X has no direct rivals, with mainstream premium manufacturers offering plug-in hybrid SUVs such as the Audi Q7 e-tron £66,000 and Porsche Cayenne hybrid £66,919 instead. Such SUVs have both a conventional engine and the capability to run on electric power alone for short periods. Later in 2017, the electric Jaguar I-Pace will go head-to-head with the Model X. Designed around the battery pack, the Model X's large battery pack sits low down between the front and rear axles, and powers an electric motor on each axle to provide all-wheel drive. Despite producing zero exhaust emissions, the Model X has performance to rival sports cars and, in some cases, even supercars. The P100D is claimed to accelerate from 0-62 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds, beating the Ferrari 488 GTB by 0.1 seconds. Tesla does not market the Model X as an all-terrain vehicle, but has engineered it to tow up to 2,268 kilograms when equipped with the 750-pound tow bar option. The absence of a conventional engine and gearbox allows for a completely flat floor inside the vehicle cabin, with no bulky transmission tunnel to consume foot space. Stowage space for luggage is also available in both the boot and under the bonnet, and the Tesla can be specified in either standard 5-seat or optional 6 or 7-seat layouts. Network of fast charging points. A network of Tesla supercharger stations are easily navigated to via the touchscreen infotainment system. A free-to-use and Tesla claims about 170 miles of range in as little as 30 minutes. Various factors can affect the exact time to charge, but we plugged the Model X into a supercharger station and received 177 miles of range in approximately an hour. Tesla's website lists 35 UK supercharger sites, with between 2 and 12 superchargers each, at time of writing. Slower chargers can also be found at other sites including hotels, restaurants and shopping centers. Tesla recommends owners buy a Tesla wall connector £398 £438 plus installation at time of publication for home charging, which provides between 22 and 51 miles of driving range per hour of charge, depending on power grid supply. The Model X's all-electric powertrain, optional self-driving capability and a connected infotainment system that can be updated to the latest version over time puts Tesla at the forefront of automotive innovation. It's a highly impressive vehicle, but quality and refinement are not always of the standard expected of vehicles costing a fraction of the Model X's price. The Model X's twin electric motors deliver maximum performance to the front and rear wheels from the moment you accelerate. We tested the 90D, which promises 0-62 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds, with a battery range of 303 miles on the approved NEDC European test cycle. If anything, the 0-62 miles per hour figure undersells the immediate, relentless nature of the acceleration, which slams you back in your seat and, because there are no gears to change, is entirely linear and uninterrupted. The 75D promises 0-62 miles per hour in 6.0 seconds 259 miles range, and while the 100D also records the same 4.8 seconds as the 90D, the range increases to 351 miles. Buyers can step up to the P100D, which includes the ludicrous speed upgrade. It promises an astonishing 2.9 seconds 060 miles per hour time and just 1.4 seconds to accelerate from 4,565 miles per hour, with a range of 336 miles. Ultimately, the 90D's performance is more than adequate, with very strong acceleration even at high motorway cruising speeds, and excellent mid-range flexibility for safe overtaking. All models are capable of 155 miles per hour, except the entry-level 75D, with a maximum of 130 miles per hour. Regenerative braking helps to restore some battery charge, by capturing energy usually lost through braking. This means that quite small lifts off the throttle feel like braking in a normal car. The effect can feel quite unnatural at first, but is easy to acclimatize to. Every Model X is supplied with all-wheel drive as standard equipment. It allows the powerful 7-seat SUV to deploy its power with little wheel spin, and makes for safe, sure-footed progress even in very bad weather conditions. Despite this, hard acceleration from its junction can cause the traction control to cut power very abruptly, which is far from ideal, and not particularly safe, when attempting to merge with fast-flowing traffic. A more measured traction control intervention would be welcome here. The Tesla's body roll is well contained, which is important and impressive for a heavy car weighing 2,389 kilograms. However, conventional SUVs such as the Range Rover Sport and Audi Q7 feel more agile and fun to drive. They also have nicer steering. The Tesla's lacks definition as you move it to center, which contributes to a slightly vague feeling. The Model X's steering is light and user-friendly, however, making the Model X easy to maneuver at low speeds in town, and this is not an intimidating SUV to squeeze into a tight parking spot. That's partly because of the excellent traversing camera, which displays a high-resolution and extremely clear image on the 17-inch touchscreen. A sense of spaciousness, simplicity and relaxation dominates the Tesla cabin. Unusually, the driver needs to do nothing but select drive on the steering column-mounted gear shifter to drive away. There's no need to unlock the doors, or even press a start button, and the Tesla shuts off and locks itself automatically as the driver walks away. As an option, the front doors will even slowly swing out as you approach, removing the need to even touch the handle. It's disconcertingly simple. A huge panoramic windscreen sweeps right back over the driver's head, split by a graduated tint and sun visors that fold in from the driver's right and passenger's left when required. It's key to creating the feeling of space and light. The 17-inch touchscreen controls nearly all vehicle functions, from expected features such as navigation, music playing and telephone connectivity to raising the suspension and sliding the second row seating back and forth. If you're familiar with smartphone technology, it's intuitive to navigate all functions, and removes the vast majority of buttons from the dashboard for a sleek, modern appearance. The buttons that remain, the electric window switches, for instance, are borrowed from Mercedes. Impressive storage but low-quality materials, unlike the Model S, which makes a feature of the completely flat floor between driver and passenger at the expense of stowage space. The Model X uses a more conventional center console. This provides far more storage, with cubbyholes and generous-sized cup holders. In fact, 8 cup holders are supplied on 6 and 7-seat versions. On a relatively superficial level, quality appears high in the design of the dashboard, dominated by the iPad-like central screen, and the 7 individual leather seats fitted to a car are impressively striking. But investigate further and the Model X lacks the substance to back up first impressions. The dashboard sounds hollow and cheap when tapped, and one of the plastic covers on the front seat runners had come loose on our test car. It's indicative of a level of fit and finish below Tesla's premium rivals. The Tesla Model X rides on air suspension, rather than a conventional coil-sprung setup, much like a Mercedes-Benz S-Class or Range Rover. This allows the ride height to be adjusted up and down, and should make for a more comfort-focused ride. The reality is, however, a little disappointing, the Model X displaying a lumpy ride quality that doesn't smooth over irregularities in the road as well as it might. The motors that power electric cars are quieter than rivals with internal combustion engines, but this means wind and tire noise can be more noticeable. Even so, the Tesla scores poorly in this respect, with quite pronounced noise. Wind noise suppression on our test car was particularly poor, and perhaps linked to the ill-fitting seals where the Falcon wing rear doors fold over into the roof. The driving position is, however, perfectly comfortable, and the seats are relatively supportive. The headrests could be more generously cushioned, but there's little to complain about here. Similarly, there's generous space for passengers in the second row of seats, which can be electrically powered back and forth, and even the third row seating is comfortable for large adults. This is partly because electric cars do not require bulky transmission tunnels. With the large battery-mounted low-down between the axles, the Model X is able to offer a completely flat floor, boosting space.